It's like we're mentally in prison. We're mentally in prison. We're mentally in prison.
To control the masses, they need the power of the creative imagination of every individual in the nation. It's why they constantly strive to get your attention, and the easiest way is to have you dine at a table of fear, where they serve you a feast through the images you see and the words that you hear. And they are happy to keep us divided through religious propaganda, through race and gender, because the moment we come together, we become stronger. We have become enslaved mentally through many years of social conditioning. When we think about slaves, we only like to think about the people who've been unfortunately physically oppressed and shackled by the limbs. But the worst kind of slavery is the kind that holds you bound in the mind. Understand that you are daily reprogrammed, conditioned, and manipulated by the powers that be. I already told you before, turn off the TV. The way to guard your mind is to take charge of what you listen to and what you let your eyes see. Because the more they can hold on to your attention, the easier it becomes to manifest more chaos and wars and hopelessness and fear through the power of your own mind. We must understand that the quality of a nation is not dependent on the men who hold political positions of power, but on the collective consciousness of the people together. And so to change the world outside of yourself, you must be willing to change the world inside of you first. And it is by changing our thinking that we are able to change our being. Who you are today is a sum of your beliefs, and what you now believe is a function of years of social conditioning, experience, and culture. Understand that you do not believe what you see what you already believe. So don't be afraid to question all things, to ponder and think, to discard the ideas of other men and let go of what you've been told. Forget what you think you know, just start again. More than half of the world is just zombies walking. They got brains but don't think for themselves. They're living unconscious, consumed by TV programming and addicted to the rush of dopamine from tele-devices and social vices. They know the right angles for the perfect selfies but don't know what the self is. They're focused on everything that's happening outside of themselves and living depressed, constantly comparing their lives to the highlights that they see on their feed when they swipe, and it's a hard life when you don't have 1,000 more likes, and worse, you're broke, you can't even afford life. This is mental slavery. As a species, we have slowly begun to teach our brains how to lose focus, constantly distracted by beeps and notifications, and we have learned social depression and the art of living unconscious. We are living in times of great mental slavery. We no longer think deeply before we speak. Instead, we're eager to type comments quickly in a beat to fit in. If you follow the crowd because their opinions are so loud that it drowns out the voice of your own powerful reasoning, then you are mentally enslaved. We live in the most advanced world that we could have ever dreamed of, and we have been provided with tools which have exponentially expanded our views. But instead of becoming renewed in the way that we think and in the things that we do, we have found ourselves today more depressed and confused, because the problem is not in the tools but in the way they are used. We must learn to begin consciously choosing for ourselves what we will follow, what we will think, and what we will do. All our lives we've been programmed to believe that we must accept whatever's handed down from generation through religion and education. We've been taught to believe that we cannot choose, that we are supposed to live by the code monkey see, monkey do. And this is mental slavery. So free yourself, own your mind, own your thoughts, and own your life. And the best place to start is to start with love. What is love?
We have to start by loving ourselves, because what you say to somebody is a reflection of how you feel about yourself when you put that energy in the world. I love myself. If you start thinking about love and start feeling love and thinking about forgiveness, then you can overcome things.